We have Priyanshi Tanna today. She's a very reputed alumnus of SIBM Hyderabad. So please introduce yourself, Priyanshi.
Okay. Hi, like you already mentioned, I'm Priyanshi and I'm a 2022 pass out and I'm currently working in a firm called BDO in Mumbai. I have been born and brought up in Mumbai in a very classic Gujarati family. So I really love Garba, I love my Kheplas, etc. etc. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here, the part of this podcast, to be very honest. So thank you.
So we'll start with the podcast. So we have a few questions that we want to ask you. So let's start with the first one. So you have had quite an illustrious journey since you graduated college, right? So what are the some key industry trends that you want to share with us for the current students of SIBM?
Okay. So, this might sound very cliche and something that everyone probably telling you all, but I cannot emphasize enough on the leveraging of technology and AI that is happening right now in the business environment out there. Every small decision that you can think out, right from recruitment, to any vendors that you need to select for your company. Everything is getting based on data. Everything is getting based on technology. So I think that's where even as a person, you all should not compete with technology. Instead, make sure that you all use it in a way that it makes you more efficient after adding in the analytic that the human mind does. So I think getting that combination of technology and humans is something that you all should really look into for yourselves.
That was really helpful for us. So as we know about you, you are a COVID batch student. So would you like to enlighten us on how did you transition, throughout from online to offline and again maybe to online classes?
Okay. So the first thing that really helped me was a little old school when it was doing online, because obviously you're used to the student teacher classroom method and then suddenly everything is behind one single screen for you and all that. So one thing that really helped me is even when there were online classes, I would still behave like I was going to class. So I'd actually get up with an alarm, I used to go for a bath, and I used to wear fresh clothes, and I used to sit in front of the table with my camera on. To be responsible for being in a class. With people taking online lectures just for this thing of it doesn't help. And then I think that kept the transition very easy, because even when I was not actually going to class, I was still behaving. I was still in my mind. I was still going to class. So I think that made the transition very easy for me. Keep up.
So you staying disciplined.
Yeah, staying disciplined. Yeah, because changes will always happen. What's going to actually keep you through them all is how disciplined you are within yourselves.
So were you a part of any club or committee during your tenure?
I was the deputy for CAT, and but that was it. And I always knew that I wanted to before. In fact, before I joined college for MBA, I was very clear that I want to be a part of the placement committee. And when I took it on, I realized that it's a responsibility, and I didn't want to take anything else with it. So I probably decided that I just want to go with CAT that night. So yeah, I was a part of CAT, and I think it's been everything that I have always always heard of the placement committee of an MBA college. It's that honestly that much pressure, that much fun, that much training, that much development, everything that you hear of. I think it's all of them.
So as you mentioned, Priyanshi, you're a part of CAT. So how do you think the pandemic affect the work that is going on in the clubs and communities during that period?
So one major thing, in fact, I would say, not just for CAT, for any other committee, was to keep people engaged. Because online, you didn't know how the other person was responding. You didn't know if your audience was liking what you were doing. You didn't know if the event was getting a success, not getting a success, etc. Those things. And in MBA college, it's very important that apart from co-curriculars, you have this entire network that you build through all these co-curriculars, because that walks through. You'll probably forget the chapter that you did in your college, but you'll never forget the activity that you took a part of, that you were a part of, right? So I think That took a hit in the pandemic, but it was still good for our batch. Like the committees coped up very well. They had all these different kinds of there's always a pro con list. Like always silver lining kind of a thing. The silver lining is probably people use all their innovative mindsets they could to come up with all these activities online virtually to engage everyone. That was good.
So, during the pandemic, people were very isolated in their own homes, right? So, how did you stay connected to your batchmates? Or how did you network during that time?
Okay, so one in the old school way only, like talking after class, doing assignments together, and even you're doing assignments together, you actually keep your camera on, your mic on in a way that you're all participating, you're all taking some part of the assignment, and then doing even in groups, putting it together. So I mean, in an MBA, what probably staying home. Personally, you would not be able to connect with someone who you would probably on campus. But I think the assignments and everything kept us on our toes. So we were pretty much connected. So that did not affect a lot to be. I mean, we are the next generation, right? We anyway spend most of our time on our phones. So this was just not that difficult for us.
So, Priyanshi, now we'll be playing a small game. Okay, it's called Campus Confessions. I'll be asking you a question, and whatever word or series of words that comes to your mind hearing that question, you need to blurt it out. Okay? So, the first question is, what is the first word that comes to your mind when you hear symbiosis?
Okay, so it's probably the red sign of SIBM Hyderabad that lights up.
Okay. What is your favorite spot on the campus?
Okay, it's a spot right behind the gym, near the water tanker, water filler, if I remember. So there's a small gap there, is where me and my friends and all of us, to be very honest, just sit there and watch movies all day. Like we used to carry all these things from the general store, like chips and ice cream and all of that. And we used to just go and have like movie marathons. So I think that's my number one, and of course the placement set. So.
That sounds fun. So late night study sessions or late night gossip sessions?
Gossip study and gossip sessions.
One subject that you love and one subject that you dreaded.
I think I dreaded Power BI, but I should have probably paid a lot more attention now that I'm in the corporate world, to be very honest. I dreaded that, to be very honest. And one subject I loved is, actually I loved all of my marketing subjects. Like I had taken marketing as my specialization, and I honestly loved all of them.
Group projects or solo assignments?
Group projects.
The best meal that you have ever had at the canteen?
Malabar paratha and the gravy paneer sabzi that I used to eat.
So if you could relive one day at Symbiosis, which day would it be?
It would probably be the day when I went for my GDPI. So we were the last batch, I think, who had their GDPI on campus. So I was not very sure, of SIBM Hyderabad as a college entry, but at the moment I stepped into the campus and I came out with this decision in my head that, okay, I really want to get into this. Like, when I was going for the interviews and everything, I came so confident suddenly because I really wanted to get in after having my first step inside campus. I think I want to relive that 100 times if I can.
One professor that you think you would always approach?
I think Sadi sir. Yeah, there was this professor called Sadi sir when I was still learning. I was still in campus. So I think he was someone I could always go to for any queries that I used to work with. I used to never get educated on this. So.
Freshers or failed?
We didn't have any. we were a COVID batch with everything behind the screens. Actually, we didn't have it.
Okay. So thank you so much for playing this game with us. However, we still have a few more questions left in our series. I think we got to name those before we end the podcast. And so, what is one of the most memorable or unique experiences that we've ever had at Symbiosis?
I think, I know I've emphasized this a lot of times in this podcast itself, but I think being a part of that, it was it at a very starting stage only. It taught me basics of marketing that probably I learned from academics at a later point of time. Targeting a right audience, reaching out to the right stakeholders, negotiating and having a lot of stakeholders all aligned at one single point of time, dealing with people, like you have so many queries, so many things coming up. Keeping your calm within all of it was all because of CAD, because I've never had that kind of an experience before. So I think.
So, are there any mistakes that you have you feel you have done during your life at Symbiosis, if any, you like elaborate on?
I mean, I don't know. Not joke. I mean, more than mistakes, I feel I'm not that the regret kind of a person. I was very clear what I wanted to do, what I wanted to get. When I got into college, I knew that okay, now that I'm in Symbiosis Hyderabad, and now my second step is to get into the placement committee. After the placement committee, it was academics, placements, and all of that. So I probably did everything I always thought I wanted to. So none of that.
So, one question I think every student on Symbiosis have, that is, how did you balance academics with the work of the club or committees?
My first this thing is just do it. It's okay. I mean, I know it's a lot of grunt work, a lot of hard work, a lot of, to be honest, work that goes behind it. But I still feel just do it. I mean, you learn prioritizing. You learn what your club or committee will need that point of time versus what your academics will need. But prioritize, stay disciplined. I think it's very easy. It's not that tough. And you have these 2 years to do it. So why not just sacrifice on 1 hour of sleep, maybe more, or just make sure that you do that assignment, before the last minute of the submission, or you make sure that your club or committee work is done in prior than just at the last time of the deadline or something. But yeah, I think as far as you prioritize your work well, it all works out. Because at the end, this is what happens in real life too. Like today you feel okay, you're on campus, so many club committees, so many exams coming up, so many internships, like you preparing for That's how real life is. You have family on one side, you have your job going on one side, you have some other social life going on one side. It's all about priority, about what you want to do or what is important at that point of time.
So, what is one lesson or skill that you have learned outside the classrooms during your journey at SIBM Hyderabad?
The first thing that will pop up in my head is communication, hands down. It is one of the best things I've learned in SIBM Hyderabad. I learned how to talk to people in a way they understood me. So, it's very important in communication to talk in a way that the person you're talking to actually understands. There's no point of speaking Greek and Latin to an Indian. You won't understand. You will have to learn the Hindi language to speak. So I think probably that was something I learned. I learned communication in the right way.
So I would like to conclude this podcast by asking the final question, which is I think very beneficial for all the students who are currently studying SIBM Hyderabad. That is one advice that you would like to give for your junior batches regarding how to sustain in the industry after you pass out from SIBM.
This is more of like a question I already told you before. It is to sustain in the business environment that is going on outside. It's very important to become that mix as a person of technology and human capabilities. It's very important to understand how to leverage technology instead of competing with it, and using that knowledge that you get through leveraging technology and inputting your human mindset in it is when you become that okay, fine. I think that's it. That's what everyone today is looking for, because everyone knows this technology, everyone knows that they're humans, but everyone's trying to figure out how to merge the two of them.
So that is all. Thank you so much, Priyanshi, for being with us on our podcast.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much.